This is an AMG 6x6, and these AMG 6x6s go for more than $1 million. But my question is, why the hell does this thing even exist? Imagine the board meeting where this came up. Wilhelm, what if we made a 6x6 G Wagon? Why is that so much faster than I was anticipating? Well, today we're going to talk about how this utilitarian Jeep turned into a 7-figure, 6-wheel status symbol and all the crazy technology that makes it possible. That is the height of luxury. Let's go bumper to bumper on this beast. This thing is a bit of a unicorn in the car world because if you look at the front of it, you just kind of see a lifted G Wagon. But if you look at the back of it, you see some madness and badness. And before I get carried away, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the 6-wheel thing that's going on here. Back in the 2010s, Australia called up Mercedes and they said, Mr. Mercedes, we need something that can carry our troops deep into the outback. But you couldn't just send a dump truck into the outback because it's too big and it's too heavy. So you need something that's kind of light and nimble like a G Wagon, but with extra axles for increased payload so you can carry the troops out there in the back. This thing is the final evolution in the G Wagon family tree. The G-Class started as a pretty capable off-roader in the 80s, and then it became the AMG G-Class that you saw Kim K driving around on Rodeo Drive. But once Mercedes realized that they were onto something with the whole 6x6 thing, they thought, damn, gaudy rich dudes would love a rare G-Wagon just like this. Bingo. The 6x6 was Mercedes' way to flex their technical muscles. This wasn't about sensibility. That's not AMG's style. AMG stands for, actually maybe, Gary. AMG built this thing from the ground up. Actually, not really. Pretty much just from the middle back. And speaking of the ground, you need ground clearance if you have a 4-wheel drive, especially if you're out there hunting for emus or blooming onions. And this thing has a ton of ground clearance. See, Mercedes actually picked up from where they left off with the Unimog. The Unimog is this crazy machine that has portal axles on it. This has portal axles on it as well. So how does a portal axle work? Well, imagine it like this. This is the middle of your wheel, right? And this is your axle. They're on the exact same plane. But how could we take and make the center of our wheel lower than our axle? Well, we would need a portal box, something to distance the center of the wheel down further and give us clearance. There are gears inside of the portal box that basically make this whole thing work together. So with the combination of putting 37-inch tires plus portal axles on this, you get a lot of ground clearance. Just over 17 inches, that's pretty damn good.
Bet I make this. And thanks to our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bet too. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Plus, you get 3 months of NBA League Pass compliments of DraftKings Sportsbook. You can use bonus bets on DraftKings same-day parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. This is not action you want to miss out on. Are you into live betting? Well, DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on star player props and in-progress games right as they happen. And if sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports and have a shot to win cash prizes. Don't let this offer bounce away from you. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook right now and use promo code DONUT. All new customers who just bet $5 get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Plus, you get that 3 months of NBA League Pass compliments of DraftKings Sportsbook. Click the link below to learn more.
The anus of this truck, there's just so much of it. I've driven a lot of heavy-duty trucks that are large. This somehow just feels a lot longer, but it drives like a solid axle truck. Oh shit, I do not know if I'm gonna be able to make this turn. The steering's a little guessy. I had to use 2 lanes just to make that turn. Oh, speed bump. I gotta test this out. Oh yeah, you feel it a little bit. That's kind of weird. They both kind of roll over it at different times. It's a little stiffly sprung, but it's really comfortable. Absolutely ridiculously over the top, but it's put together in all the right ways, you know? Let's talk about this badge right here. Rabbit. After Mercedes made about 100 of their original 6x6s, the company known for making flashy cars even more flashy decided to turn up the heat a little bit. They took the already bonkers 6x6 and added horsepower and loud styling, but this truck has a little secret. It isn't a Brabus. It's not a 1 of 100 either. Ours is a 1 of 1. A coach builder in Ukraine decided that turning a G63 into a 6x6 was not crazy enough. So So he got his hands on a G65 and turned it into a 6x6. That's right, this thing was originally a G65 until this mad lad got this thing in his hands, chopped the ass off this thing, and built a whole new body on the back. And this is no like shoddy craftsmanship. This is full metal work. This thing was painstakingly reconstructed to be exactly like the AMG 6x6. The paint was sanded down for 7 days straight and refinished to get this really high gloss finish for this unique one-of-one color. And down here, the thing that really makes the 6x6 a 6x6, the axles. These are taken straight from the AMG 6x6 and put into here. You can check the serial numbers on it. It is all legit. Now, let's talk these Brabus logos. The customer that this was built for specifically liked a lot of the Brabus touches, but didn't want the Brabus version. So you'll find these carbon fiber snorkels on both sides, and on the front, you'll also find this carbon fiber hood scoop, which would not have come on the original AMG 6x6. This thing has such interesting, definable characteristics about it, like this bully bar that's back here, or headache rack, whatever you want to call it. Here's maybe the thing I was the most surprised about. This tailgate is one of the heaviest tailgates I've ever experienced. You gotta like legit ease it down. And then the bed of this thing is not really useful. This thing is nice on the inside, but it's over the top. It's ostentatious. There's these buttons on the side of the seat. I don't know what they do. I guess they do some sort of massaging effect, which is kind of cool. It has paddle shifters in it. I feel like I'm in a very tall lifted G Wagon, but then I look in my rear view mirror and I'm like, holy shit, I have 220 feet of yellow ass behind me. So there's a bunch of instrumentation up here. This switch right here is for our auxiliary fuel tank, which automatically refills the main fuel tank as we go in case we need more fuel for our journey. And then here, I have my switch for a compressor. And while I'm moving, I can sit in here and either air up my tires or air down my tires. To a guy that's gotten out and aired down and aired up his tires a lot in his life, is the height of luxury. This is good military tech that moved into private space. Is it a complete hassle and not worth ever putting in any road-going car? Absolutely. Is it cool as f? Yeah. Probably my favorite part about this is it's kind of a mesh of all the best parts of a 6x6. For instance, it has all the underneath that Mercedes would have designed originally for this thing, which I think is great, but it's also got the Brabus touches on it, which make it good. Not the full Brabus version. I like this in between that we have. And best of all is under the hood. V12, baby. Yeah. Ah, my neck, my back. You can call me Team Principal Mike Crack. Danger, danger. I see German engineering stuffed into a very confined space. This is so tight, bro. There is no way you can get a socket in here to do anything.
You understand what's going on. You don't need the tools. You need to look at it first.
This thing makes a lot of power. A lot more power than that V8 bi-turbo made. In fact, this thing makes 600 horsepower and 738 foot-pounds of torque. That's way more than that original V8 bi-turbo was making, which was 530 horsepower and 560 foot-pounds of torque. Even though this thing makes more power, what it really is a flex. It's just to one-up other billionaires that had an AMG 6x6 by saying, I have another 4 cylinders than you do. But here's the thing, this thing is still 8,000 pounds. Yes, 8,000 pounds. So let's see how this V12 pushes that along. Yeah, let me crank the gas on this thing. Ready? So much faster than I was anticipating. That is absolutely ridiculous. Do you see my shoulders right now? You could get in trouble with this thing. The V12 bi-turbo feels good. Pretty good. It's alarming the way it moves because it's an 8,000 pound machine with 6 wheels on it. When you're accelerating that fast in something this big, you're kind of like, these two things don't make sense together, you know? It's just so cool. Like, I don't it does silly things to my brain. I feel pretty elite. I think that's the best way of saying this. I've driven some vehicles that turn heads. There is something else about this. Probably just because it has 6 wheels. Like you kind of, when you're driving this around and people see you in the driver's seat, you kind of take on that persona of like, this is me now. There's a dog over here and I feel leagues better than it in terms of like status and influence because of the truck, not because of who I am. Hello, Angela.
I think it's funny if you make a friend here.
He has a 6x6. Holy Look, we can't rip this thing around on a public beach, but I have the next best thing. Guys, I was not smart enough to write this. We were not smart enough to write this. This was pure circumstance. Cleared for takeoff. Yeah, dude, America rips. Justin, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on all the socials, Big America RC.
Before I give the keys back, I have to rip it through the sand at least once. So here we are at the end of our date with this absolute unit. It's a 6-wheel, twin-turbo, V12 beast with military-grade axles and central tire inflation system. But for what exactly? Let's be transparent, this car is for the ultra-wealthy who want to flex their muscles until they burst. It's like how supercars tend to just sit despite their incredible potential for speed. This thing might not ever get to climb rocks in Australia. So maybe all this engineering has no point. Or maybe the pointlessness is the point. The fact that this exists purely because it could is the single most compelling reason for it to exist at all. This car isn't a hero because it's massive or rugged or even useful. It's an icon because it's the ultimate act of defiance against sensibility. It's kind of a concept car come to life, and I can appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and I have to give a huge shout out to 405 Motoring, who lent us this beast for the last couple of days to check out and review and talk about. They do PPF, colored PPF, which is that new stuff, which is amazing. They are amazing, and they're right down the street from us. Shout out to them, shout out to you guys. I'll see you on the next one.
What's up, everybody? Just want to let you know that we just dropped all new merch. This one right here is my personal favorite. It's the Garage Goblin shirt. If your 10 mil wrench has ever gone missing, or that ratchet you just had in your hand just magically disappeared, the Goblin's probably got it. We've all been there. So make sure you go get your Garage Goblin shirt or one of our other cool designs on donutmedia.com.